The view from the observation deck of the TV tower was spectacular. Tempelhof Airfield, the Victory Column, the Tiergarten, the Tilburg listening station, to name but a few. The damage done through Allied bombing to Charlottenburg Castle was only finally completed in 2010. I've never seen so much blue porcelain in one location. What do you think?
Rubbish. No, it's really great. It's a beautiful palace with lots of different bits of history in it. It's really, really good.
Charlottenburg Palace.
Yes.
Heavily devastated in the Second World War. Lovely rebuilt.
Apart from the ceilings. There's two ceilings that were rubbish.
Only finished in 2010. The Spandau Citadel is very similar in make-up to Tilbury Fort in London. It was built to protect the city of Spandau in the 1500s. To climb to the top of the Julius Tower involved ascending the wooden staircase that was attached to the inside of the tower walls. The light that pierced through the slit windows gave the inside of the tower a very eerie feeling. The view from the top was well worth the climb. This is the view from the top of the Julius Tower, looking across the rivers Havel and Spree. The Nazis built a gas laboratory at Spandau, and during the war much of the work developing nerve gas was undertaken here. During the Battle of Berlin, the citadel was part of the core defence of the city. It was spared serious damage though, because the commander negotiated a surrender with the invading Russian forces. The small market town of Marlow was our home whilst we visited Berlin. The campsite was perfect. Small, not a lot happening, but perfect. The bus stop was right outside the entrance. The very first thing we saw in Berlin was the Brandenburg Gate. We were so blown away with its magnificence and of the beauty of the city as a whole, we wanted our last memory to also be of the Brandenburg Gate. hard to believe how much land was actually behind the Berlin Wall. I hope this map gives some indication of the size of it.
Just leaving the Berlin campsite for the last time. Yes. Just so you can see the campsite we stayed on, which was probably the most private site I've ever known. We weren't opposite anyone. We had neighbours. We say hello to everybody, but it's so private. You can see the size of the sites. They're completely surrounded by hedges. That was 16, so that's 2 away from us. So we did have a next door neighbour, but it was no problem at all. We're glue. There's a little bit of tent camping in the middle. Not because they're frustrated, not tents, but tent. There we go, look, you can see it from there. There's been one guy here with a yellowy orange tent. He's been here for the week. Does someone wave at you? That's nice. It's been a really nice site. Not that we've been here very much, to be fair, and there's not really a lot here to do while you're on site. There's no bar, there's no restaurant. Luckily there's toilets, which was quite handy. But we've been literally into Berlin every single day, as you've probably seen by the recording that Graham has made. We're now actually leaving the site. I might keep it on for a little bit if are we going familiar roads to start with or not? Yeah. I might just leave it on just for a few minutes. Some of the familiar roads. Entrance to the campsite that we've walked through so many times in the last 10 days. You get to go on the right.
I don't want to miss the tree. It's by the side.
Yeah. There's a tree up here by the bus stop on the left-hand side here, full of acorns, which we've been trying to dodge or getting on and off actually off the bus at night. But they fall randomly, and they're really hard, and they fall. So this is our bus route that we've travelled every day, going off to the station. We're not going to go to the station now, I don't think.
Nope.
But we said goodbye to the station yesterday. But it's a really lovely little village. This van, or one very similar to it, has been parked there every day, and the bus needs to go round it. It seems to be a village where they have a business, a pickup business. There's been several of those type lorries parked in the way at a variety of times. And if I'm correct, and Graham will correct me if I'm not, that this was part of East Germany.
That's correct.
And so some of the buildings you can really see are quite plain and quite boring, very functional, but very East German, and some are just lovely. I guess there's been a lot of building since the Berlin Wall went down in '89. So just such a lovely little village. We walked it one night. We didn't film that because it was in the dark. We had ages to wait for a bus. It was on a Sunday, I think. Was it a Sunday?
It was Sunday, yeah.
It was a Sunday night, and we'd have to wait. I think actually the last bus had gone. So we decided to walk in. It took us just over half an hour to walk, and we really paced it out. Oh my goodness, did I get some maps that night.
first overnight halt on the way back was south of Hanover at the Blauer See campsite, the Blue Lake. The pitch we chose was right beside the beach, overlooking the lake. It was a fantastic view.
Especially now the sun's come out again.
It's like a chairlift for skiing. Oh dear. Well, you can see Evie, but she's there, sticking her nose out. What do you think? What do you think?
It's a lovely sight. Sorry, I'm taking a picture.
Our second overnight halt was just outside Cologne, right on the banks of the River Rhine. Cologne Cathedral is a truly huge and beautiful building. Barely damaged in the raids of the Second World War, it stands magnificent above the skyline. It's a real mecca for tourists. Inside, the beautiful stained glass windows stream light, lighting up every area.
Amazing.
Before leaving Cologne for the last time, we just had to enjoy a huge chocolate sundae. The campsite was named 681. This was due to its location on the River Rhine. The beautiful bar sold ice-cold Pilsner's lager. Cheers! The sun setting on our magnificent holiday to Germany.
Just leaving the final campsite. You can see over there the lake that we were camped upon the side of. Very sad. It's the Rhine, before Graham corrects me. I should say water. The water that we were camped on, because I'm always getting it wrong. Beautiful campsite, really lovely time. 2 nights here. And now we're on a long slog home. Look.
over 4 hours.
Just to get to the tunnel. Anything to say, Graham?
No, it's been a great break. Really fantastic time. Saw lots of amazing things. And as you say, Deb, it's the long slog home now. I've got to negotiate the very small roads for the first 4 or 5 miles from this town. There's no other way, but we'll do what we can do. See you in a bit.